What's up, friends? It's the Minute Man coming back at you from Walker's Music with yet another word for the day. Mind you, I tell you it's kind of early, about 5:14, but nevertheless, when the Lord touches, we get up. And we thank Him for life, health, and strength. And we thank Him so much that He touches us with His finger of love. Wake us up on due time. Sometimes it might be, and it's always due time. We might think it's before time, but whenever He says arise, that's time. And I'd like to give a big shout out to the YouTube fam, from Baby Justice all the way up to Big Papa JT, as well as Mom JT. You know the routine. We love you. There ain't too much you can do about it. We just give God the honor and giving Him the glory, people. Minute Man is thanking Him for many things. Being as well. I cannot. I just tell you like this here, Minute Man, give God thanks for all things and in everything. I try to do that. Now sometimes I fall short, but on the most of the part, I try to give God thanks on every hand. Wanted to say also this morning that before I get into one of the topics I want to speak about this morning, I want to also say that make mention, I'm going to put out an all-point bulletin, APB, for you old school guys and gals that know what I'm talking about. Put out an APB, all-point bulletin on Brother Hammond Man. Now, I don't know who take a look at these videos, but if anyone knows of Hammond Man, you know who I'm talking about. And if you've dealt any time on the internet, in the music forums and things like that, Hear and Play, me and both Hammond Man and myself both were moderators on Hear and Play. Matter of fact, we still are, if I'm not mistaken. I don't go there much as I can. I apologize, Jermaine. I promise you that I'm going to try to do better, though. Give me, just work with me. But we've been with Jermaine. I know I have, and since day one. We've been with Jermaine. We saw Hear and Play. I seen Hear and Play go from day one up until where it is now. And I take my hat off to Brother Jermaine too. He's a great guy. I've talked to him a few times on the telephone. Great guy. Can't meet her, you're not gonna meet a better person. But we are looking for Brother Hammond Man now. I've been looking for him to pop up on the net. I haven't seen him on the net in a while. I know he was doing a lot of painting. The boy can paint too, and he had his paintings on Facebook, and I would get a chance to comment to him every now and then. But now I don't even see no activity on Facebook, so I haven't had a chance to do any kind of conversing with him. And you know, you hate to try to bother people because you don't never know what time it is and what's going on in their lives. But sometimes we just gonna say to Brother Hammond Man, if he's out there and you get a chance to hear this, Minute Man looking for you. But at any rate, people, we're gonna move on. We just wanted to make sure we put that out as APB, all-point bulletin for Brother Hammond Man. Like I said, I'm an old soldier boy, people. I'm gonna be one until I leave here. When we call things squared away when I was in the military, when everything was squared away, that means, you had all your act together. You got everything together. Your boots were shined. Class A's ready to go. Your fatigues all ironed and pressed and ready to, and looking, just, in other words, you did everything was dressed. Everything was looking good and everything was in order. That's what squared away meant. You had your act together. You was a squared away soldier. But people, how many times do we look at our shabby selves when we go about our daily walk as a soldier of Christ? Can we say the same thing? Are we squared away? Are we squared away? The only thing I'm going to challenge everybody this morning, as a child of God, excuse me, as a child of God, I'm challenging everyone this morning. Let us walk worthy. Let us walk worthy, people, of our calling. Now, what I mean by that? Are you going to cross every T and dot every I? No. Are you going to be perfect? No. What that means is that you're going to pick up your cross daily and try to live the life that you profess and lead others to the kingdom. That's meant to me. That's about as square away as I think that you're going to get. Live the life that you confess. People, when you are a saint, and I do mean just what I said, a saint. A saint is one who follows Christ. They made a commitment. Born again believer, you are a saint. When they make a commitment to Christ, people outside the faith gonna have you up on a microscope. They're gonna look for something to get you caught up into. So please, people, don't be a Christian and then being still dipping and dabbing in mess. Please don't do that, because you're gonna get caught. Excuse me. Early morning. You're gonna get caught. Because God is not gonna let you play the hypocrite, number one. See, now you can get on this camera. We can get on this camera here and act like we all this and that. But see, when we speaking, God listening. Now come out, try not to speak too much swelling words and puffing yourself up, being something, trying to put yourself higher than you ought to. Because there are people out there and they're looking, they got you up on a microscope. And if you are dipping and dabbing, you still trying to take part in certain lifestyles and stuff and trying to hide up under the cover, being what they call a wolf in sheep clothing. The clothes gonna be taken off of you. You're gonna be exposed for what you really are. And you know what, people? I really believe, in my opinion, that's about the best thing that could happen to us. For us to be blown, our cover to be blown. You see, some of us is in a cover-up. We are involved in a cover-up. We're trying to make people think that we are righteous. Now, what I mean by righteous, meaning Jesus righteous, I went to Calvary. I saw that I was a mess. Many man still a mess. If it wasn't for Jesus, Lord have mercy upon me. But because of the blood of Jesus, it covers me. See, God no longer looks at me as a criminal before him, because we all are criminals because of the Ten Commandments. We are all criminals because none of us can keep it. But it is because of Jesus' blood-bought, dedicated self that went to Calvary in spite of me and died for me. That's what make me righteous before God, and that's what make you righteous before God, well, too, whether you believe it or not. But at any rate, what I was just saying is, being an old military person, God taught me this morning. And the reason I'm saying, to make sure you live the calling, what you profess. The Spirit of the God was working with me early this morning and had showed me where I was put in the situation back with people that I know of in my past. Guys and gals that I know from my college days. And we was all sort of like in some sort of little function, like we was at some, maybe it seemed to me like we might have been at a ball game, or we were all in this big gymnasium, or some sort of a playing field arena or something like that. But at any rate, the way it had it, we was all talking about certain things. We were acting out and cutting the fool and stuff. You know how college kids do. But at the same time, I was like one of the radio personalities. I had this gospel program on the radio, and I was talking, and even my name even came up on what I was called on it, but I can't think of that right now. But at any rate, that's not important. But the important thing was, while we were inside the gymnasium, they're doing this certain thing, we was back in the locker room or whatnot, me and these other people. The person that was trying to get something on us, they was there also. And lo and behold, they caught us in there talking different talk. Something that wouldn't succumb of a person that's trying to speak the Bible. And that was, I bought my mouth with the main one. Then they said, I gotcha. And then I was sitting there looking like an idiot. And felt so bad because I really loved the Lord. But felt bad because I was caught doing things that I know, that stuff that I get on the radio and talked about. God woke me up. Showed me something. That's how come I said we must live the life that we profess, people. We can't talk one thing and be doing another, because I'm going to tell you, your cover going to be blown. Your cover will be blown. But the one thing about it, I said, if they accuse you in a court of law of being a follower of Jesus, would they find you guilty? Now that's the time I want to be found guilty of being a follower of Jesus Christ. For right now, this is the Mitty Man saying, look out for the Bible study. I got one plan. I'll let you know 12 to 24 hours before time. You will get a notification. This is Mitty Man saying peace. Goodbye.